Egyptian walking onions have been one of our favorite additions to the garden. As small plants, all of the green is edible. Instead of putting out white seed pods, they put out bulbs. Those bulbs also sprout. So I'm going to show you how we take the bulbs, replant them, and eat all three parts of the Egyptian walking onion. We decided to try these walking onions, also called Egyptian walking onions. We got some of the onion bulbs from Forest Park, which is a heritage garden in Washington State. It provides many of the old-time pioneer seeds and plants. You can see that what the Egyptian onion does when it comes up, it's like any regular onion. When these go to seed though, they don't have the white seed pod on top. Instead what they have are bulbs. You can see these bulbs here. As the plant gets heavier and heavier, eventually it bends over. And the bulbs touch the ground. Those bulbs then root and make new onions. The new growth, the onion sets, and the old onion are all edible. An Egyptian onion or a walking onion like this, these bulbs are big enough to actually eat. We can break this off. Here you can see some of the onions that I planted from bulbs like this into the ground, and they're coming up as new, fresh, small onions. This will be our next crop. You can see here how this walking onion has almost completely died. The bulbs are almost the size of onions that you could buy in the store, but it's starting to put out new growth in the center. So we will let those go ahead and root and grow and have really large onions. We took the bulbs off the end and transplanted them in a new location to start new onions for next year. Egyptian walking onions do take a bit more space. These onions survive all winter long here in Virginia. So even when there's snow on the ground, even when there's below zero temperatures, the onions do well. This row of onions is starting to die. I planted these in the spring by digging up a clump of Egyptian onions, separating them and planting each one in a line. Those have now grown up and have the bulbs at the end. Some of the bulbs on the ends of these plants are very large. Large enough, definitely, for us to use in cooking. Because we have so many, we usually discard the smallest ones. And the ones that are medium-sized, like the ones that I picked, I'll just plant right here. These act just like this onion sets that you get in the store or that you buy. You can see here, these onions were planted from the bulbs that I took off about 2 weeks ago. So in 2 weeks they've rooted and they've put up new growth. When I planted them, they were just bulbs with no green tops, and they've grown this fast. So we like this variety of Egyptian walking onions. Thanks for joining me today. Have a wonderful day.